stuck in. This is clip we're talking about. This is Mark Robert, I believe, YouTube channel. Can you fool a self-driving car? This is him testing Tesla.
This one's the only one that matters. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're gonna do this. All right, hit it. Now, as you can see as a human driver, while that looks sort of convincing, the image processing in our brains is advanced enough that we pick up on minor visual inconsistencies and we wouldn't hit it. And as for the LiDAR, it isn't looking at what image is printed on the wall. So this sort of just looks like a wall, which would make this the easiest test of the day. And as I suspected, handled it with no problem. So the question was, would the Tesla detect and stop for this Wile E. Coyote-style painted wall that was hiding yet another child staring at nothing during what might be his last minutes on Earth? One way to test that.
Great touch.
I love it. Yeah, that's a good touch.
I was actually supposed to go, but I chickened out. Oh! The car may not know it's a wall, but I know it's a wall. Everything in your body says, don't drive into a wall. Oh boy. All right, here we go. And so I steeled myself and accelerated the Tesla up to the 40 miles an hour. And as the wall crept closer and closer without moving an inch, holy crap. The question was if the Tesla would detect it in time to step on the brakes. And it turned out, holy me. Oh no. So I can definitively say for the first time in the history of the world, Tesla's optical camera system would absolutely smash through a fake wall without even a slight tap on the brakes.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, it seems like, again, that could have been, editing, but it seems like, based on what was presented to us, that he was pretty confident the LiDAR powered automated driving system in that other car, the first car in the video. He seemed pretty, sure of himself that he wasn't too worried about going through that wall.
Yeah.
And he had a feeling the Tesla would cause issues because he did not want to even start the Tesla test.
Well, yeah, I mean, but they can't put LiDAR in Teslas because it's too expensive. So this is just like,
profit motive.
Yeah, having it put in, having cameras like just like normal cameras do it is like the way that you cut corners.
And you know what? I would understand. I would understand that if Tesla sold like really affordable vehicles in order to like help spread, the electric vehicle, idea throughout the country or the world, so more people had that entry level into EV cars. So we got more gas guzzling cars off the road. I would understand that if that was the case. But Teslas are not that. They're very expensive, even like the base models.
But no, LiDAR is really expensive, like way more expensive. I don't think that, I think Waymo, which is like the Google one, and there's like another automated driving car company that does that. Like they both use LiDAR, and they don't even reveal how much each car costs because it would be I think probably like $500,000, or at the very least, the cost of going down to Titanic and a fiberglass tube cost, not like a divorced dad trying to flex on his ex-wife cost.
Yeah, exactly. And the LiDAR thing, we knew this also. Let's go watch another YouTube video on the same theme because I do think it's instructive. This is a video. I don't
know. I'm looking it up right now, and I'm seeing people talk about buying LiDAR systems for like $1,000.
It's just more expensive than the optical video solution Musk's has, and that has killed people because that test that he ran, that just demonstrated something that we already knew and has already literally killed somebody, including one of Elon Musk's biggest fans on YouTube, a guy named Joshua Brown. This is a telling of that story from a YouTube channel by a guy named Nick Crowley. And the title of this video is, it's a compilation, YouTube's Darkest Channel 7. And this is, the channel he's talking about here is a guy named Joshua Brown, who was a self-driving enthusiast of Teslas and posted a bunch of videos about how great the service was until, one day it kind of wasn't so great.
No way of knowing then, but this would not be the last time that Elon Musk would tweet about him.
So Elon tweeted out one of his videos when it showed a Tesla sort of dodging an obstacle on the road. Look at how great self-driving is.
Though his next feature would be under much different circumstances. It happened just 1 month after Joshua Brown's video had gone viral. He was driving on Highway 27 on a clear sunny day at approximately 4 p.m. With open road ahead, Joshua turned on his trusted autopilot, and it stayed in autopilot mode for over half an hour, as at this point, his trust in the car was higher than ever, causing Joshua to seemingly lose focus on the road, as he was quickly coming up on an intersection where a massive 18-wheeler had been turning left, blocking Joshua's entire lane. Joshua was seemingly so unfocused that he didn't even notice it. Even stranger, the car itself didn't detect this either, despite the entire trailer being horizontal in their lane. This was due to its pure white body, as the sun was shining so brightly against it that, for whatever reason, it became invisible to the self-driving AI. And with neither Joshua nor the car registering the danger that they were in, the vehicle would strike the trailer, going 74 miles per hour.
Oh, God.
There were no attempts by Joshua to even move the steering wheel, and the brakes hadn't so much as been tapped. The collision happened at full speed, and it happened so fast that the car drove straight through underneath, shearing the entire top of the vehicle off, and continuing driving full speed down the road, before it would eventually crash to a halt. When the driver of the truck rushed over to see the damage, Joshua Brown was already dead, and the truck driver could hear nothing but the sound of Harry Potter.
So the guy was watching a movie as he was
oh my
down
God.
the road.
Like, I mean, listen, people will argue that there is responsibility for the driver as well. And I agree to some, some extent, but at the same time, these vehicles should not be providing people with the ability to even do this stuff outright. Like, it should not be allowed. There are plenty of things that, there are plenty of other things in life where, if a person was smart enough or responsible enough, they wouldn't do this. But we then institute systems to make it not only so they shouldn't do this, but they literally cannot do this in order to save their lives. It's just what life is. It's part of the society's responsibilities. And for some reason, we think that when it comes to these self-driving cars like Tesla, that you shouldn't have these safeguards created. It makes no sense to me.
I don't think you should be able to, and maybe this makes me a radical leftist, but I don't think you should be able to market something as full self-driving, just like point blank, because, calling something like full self-driving and then having like a little asterisk after the driving that like leads to a page with like a 30-page disclaimer that's called like, this is not actually full self-driving. This is some advanced cruise control mechanism, and you should pay attention at all times to the road. Like, it would be great if everybody was incredibly aware of all the caveats of everything that they signed and bought, but they're not. And we know that they're not. And that's what we need consumer protection for, or what we needed it for. And there's a reason why Elon is against those sorts of things, because those institutions, if they work perfectly, would prevent you from being able to market something as full self-driving, which is what we know is the main source of value for besides his own public image for like the Tesla brand. This idea that, it's going to be like the car of the future, and he's going to be pushing the robo-taxi, which won't even have a steering wheel, and like things like that are what drive value for Tesla. And they just simply don't work the way that people are being sold that they work. Much less to be allowed to like watch a movie.
One of the things that Musk recently was selling to his Tesla consumers as a reason to buy a Tesla, one of the more recent features that have yet to come to fruition, if they ever come to fruition, is that, buy a Tesla and you can make money because while you're at work, the Tesla will become a automatic taxi, a self-driving taxi. And when you're at the office or not at home, people can rent your Tesla to get around, and the Tesla will leave the parking spot you put it in, go pick the person up, go to their drop-off location, and work as if it's a self-driving Uber throughout the day. That is absurd. That is absurd. And you shouldn't be able to sell, A, you shouldn't be able to have that feature, period. And then B, you shouldn't be able to sell a feature like that isn't even possible, or yet at the very least.
Also, in the Cybertruck, you get the little feature where, like, if you pay an extra $10,000 a year, it'll do like your visitation, your monthly visitation that you get with your kids, as a recently divorced dad for you. So you don't even have to go. Like, there are a lot of features that are designed specifically for Elon's fans. So, I mean, I think you have to consider it's catering to them.
Right. Tesla drivers who believe in this stuff should ask themselves this question. In the only Hyperloop in existence, the underground tunnel for Tesla, the only one in existence in Vegas that connects the hotel with two sides of the convention center, they don't even use the self-driving aspect of the vehicle in the single lane tunnel to get people from point A to point B. Each of those cars has a human driver. If the self-driving, full self-driving, whatever it's called, was so great, why doesn't Tesla institute it in their single lane tunnel that goes to 3 different locations? Ask yourself that. Why don't they do that? I mean, I'm pretty sure I know why.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.